Today, the 17th day of October 2020. It's Saturday. As usual, on Saturdays, we can learn at table all the things them we pass through Sierra Network during the week. And also, yourself get opportunity for share with we waiting past na you radar where we not talk about or we talk about. But before that, we can look for compare the previous week COVID-19 status update figures to the present week figures them. And for this week, as compared to the 10th day of October 2020, now so the numbers them look like. The total number of people them we being confirmed positive na salon last week, Saturday, na be 2,300. Today, na 2,327. So inside 1 week, 27 people test positive for COVID-19 na salon. 27 people test positive for COVID-19 na salon. Last week, na 72 people be don't lost their life to COVID-19 na salon. Today, na 73 people. So inside 1 week, we lost one person after 4 weeks where we not been get any loss to COVID-19 na salon. After 1 month, we not begin nobody. We lost in life to COVID-19, but however, this week we just done so. We lost one person when I be 38 years of age male. We be lost in life to COVID-19 na the 34 military hospital. The one them within isolation, last week, we beget a total number of 503, but today we get a total of 501. So we just get a difference of 2. The one them we don't recover from COVID-19. Last week we beget 1,725. 1,725. Today we get 1,753. So inside this week, we get 28 people we don't recover from COVID-19 na salon. The one them where they in quarantine, last week we beget 223. In the course of the week, we be even get below, we get 196. But however, today, we don't reach 251. We should say we don't claim back again. We get a difference of 28. The one them we don't discharge from the quarantine centers them, if now self-isolation now, if now government won't quarantine or whichever one, the one that don't discharge last week, now be 11,511. 11,511. But today we get 11,648. So that one day give 137 people them were discharged from the quarantine centers them for this week. Okay. As I don't give that one day, make I just give the Mano River Union. No, make I just give for today we get 2. we get 2 confirmed case. Now we get today. Yesterday back, so we did in the good old days now, and 2 back we began yesterday. Today we get 2 confirmed case, and for me we get that today, the labs then be analyzed 686 tests. Now in the labs then be analyzed 686 tests, then they analyze, and 2 turn out to be positive. We dey pray for the day where we go get that number of tests day, and we get 0. Yeah, for that number of tests day, then we get 0 confirmed positive case. That will be nice, and we keep them that way. Make we just get the confirmed cases then by district. Say the cumulative number now don't reach 2,327. For make we reach that number then, now so it been look like from the districts them. Bo na 112, Bont na 87, Bombali na 50, Falaba na 11, Kailao na 94, Cambia 30, Karine 11, Kono 74, Kenema 126, Koinadugu 36, Moyamba 58, Putloko 107, Pujaun 28, Tonkolili 80, Western Area Rural 292, Western Area Urban 1,111, 1111. And inbound passengers, we will come on at the diaspora, go salon na 20. That one day, na ingiwi 2,327. Again, I say Falaba and Kayene, then still they at 11, whilst we were the common at the diaspora don't go salon, now 20 people don't test positive for COVID-19 na salon. Make we check from the Mano River Union countries them, what's in the numbers then look like for today. The confirmed cases them from we neighbor them, including we, Sierra Leone na 2, Guinea na 67, Liberia na 107. Liberia 107. Ivory Coast na 18. That one they give a total of 130 new cases them na the Mano River Union country. For the death, now so it look like Sierra Leone 73, Guinea 70. Guinea don't get increase because Guinea about a week ago gonna be 67, so they don't increase. Guinea 70, Liberia 82, Ivory Coast 120. We don't get a total death of 345. Now the Mano River Union countries them. Now the number of people in there they lost their life. So now so the numbers then be look for COVID-19 related numbers then. Make we not forget COVID-19 is real and it is alone. I know say people can make fun with them because we no time for say that. Every time we post the status update, people then they come and can left comments in the way they make fun, say salon this, salon that, but hey, are they big? Eh? And okay, make we continue because then they on Awokande, then na something we pass na Mereda. Awokande. Make we look now the things that we pass through Sierra Network, yeah? On Sunday, we get 6 confirmed new cases, 0 death, and 11 new recoveries from coronavirus. And the George Macaulay podcast, I don't know if you be listening, but he be talk about a donation-led society where salon, all we want for do, now for the going big, for make people lengiwi. On Sunday, we believe we on by the audio, the leaked audio. The leaked audio of former President Koroma and Fitzgerald Kamara, where na in legal representative, will then be engaged the IG, Ambrose Michael Sovula, on the first day, where the incident be happen na Makeni. People them we listen we don't get views na YouTube, but we don't get over almost 35,000 views na Facebook. You will listen them, you know how the conversation be good in. It gets over, I don't know. You will listen now, you know. You remember now, on Saturday, I be tell we see, rumors around the corridors say, the thing will happen na Makeni, people then put on a DVD, then they sell them. What does that say? Well, lo and behold, Salon Police pull a press release. Who self be able to lay on Sunday. Then pull a press release say, anybody who then catch, they sell that DVD day of what happen na Makeni where people then they sell on a DVD for the one that will not be there Makeni there and see what be happen there. Anybody will then catch and say, the law go bet you. That's what Salon Police say. So then they want everybody for stay off, you a buy you a sell. If Salon Police catch you, they watch waiting be happen na Makeni na DVD. There is an issue. So some people they say, okay, but clips then of waiting happen na Makeni already there on Facebook. That is true. But Salon Police they talk about Facebook and the one who put on a DVD, now then they talk about. So that can watch on a Facebook, they're on their own. The IMC, the Independent Media Commission, said they engage journalists them on the popularization of the IMC Act 2020. Faith Healing Agricultural Project. I don't know if you know Faith Healing Bible Church, where na Pastor Francis Mambu, na in the leader. He gets heleba acres of land where he plant rest. And time do reach for harvest. It don't begin harvest actually. It don't begin harvest, but I think they get issue with tractors. So it be the ASCO, say infield, say government for stepping, for help them out with tractors them. We for help them for harvest in rice. We don't get end for plant back for meet up the next season. You go say, within the agricultural ministry, and this is not the first time he's saying this. I remember Naya, I be don't lay that na table, one table they talk, where INSEF come out, they ask for help, say, this one way they do, not for ship them out, but now for help the people of Sierra Leone, for lessen the cost of rice, for make people then go able to eat on a cheap. Now I making do this. And if you don't, they call, say, if the government really is serious about agriculture, I think these are the people that want for put their hand under for lift them up. You don't have to be politically affiliated or connected before they help you. If you don't, they follow them. I think when we be they go, it's the farm day around after mile 91 or before mile 91, now they the farm day. Wide vast of land because the sign did it. The sign did it will be same. I be really be one fly drone day, but I not be getting permission, so I just don't want to go park and just send it going for make we able to see, but we'll not be getting permission anyway. So I didn't do that. As woodwork plaque then be unveiled na the Aberdeen Beach. UNDP boost tourism ministry and tourist board with tractor and seaweed baba. You know, say now when the rains can come around the Temia, the people working there, they say the beach, they smell the seaweed. And now the people working there, they say the seaweed, they come early. Every year they come early. And some people, and they say seaweed now something we able to make money out of. Now, so some people they say, if you know how to make money out of them, it ain't at the beach. Then set up one small company where you go do what you able to do day. Or find a partner and go partner together if you not get the resources, but you know say that's something where they make money. Yes, I know say when somebody be talking that I go on eBay, I just search seaweed, it they come up, then dry them, I don't know which kind of chemical or whatever then they put there and what thing that they use them for, but definitely then they pack them for sale. But not to Salon no more get seaweed problem. Other countries then get them. But if we feel, say, we're able to make money out of it, why not? But UNDP don't give it tractor for help clean them, for then give it baba for help babam come out. At the end of the day, what we go do? In a bury, we can go bury there. Salon. Masada. The name be inside the white paper. Masada say the allegation about them for say they receive 804 million leons from the RMFA not correct. Then they wait for make the appeal court open. But could people don't then align for this appeal court? Why would they direct food to don't give them 90 days already? How many days don't go past 90 days? If we are serious. How many days really don't go past the 90 days? Where we still the direct foot or one wait stay last minute, then begin go after people and say, oh, the 90 days done. But when una open the appeals court, 90 days from when the appeals court open or 90 days from when they be present the white paper, where are we looking at? But we they wait. Because beaucoup people are now, then they that line. Then they that line. Beaucoup people, they wait for going to the appeals court. Francis Ben Kaifala be challenge the lawyers them on the 90 days appeal against the Commission of Inquiry in findings. People in the command now, lawyers them, I tell you, say inside Sierra Leone, you talk to a lawyer, depend on who side team up from, and they go able to tell you, say, this is lawful or this is unlawful. This is legal or this is illegal. In Sierra Leone, they're just left we confused. They're just left we like, where are we? Because now lawyers, they don't come out for stand against the 90 days rule. Then, Francis Benkefala, when are the commissioner for anti-corruption, and himself now a fine lawyer, himself come out and say in the challenge any lawyer we go able for quote the pathway that one day the constitution. Because in quote, let me see if I can just bring them up quick. This now Usai in quote. Section 10 or subsection 28, one of the two. It say an appeal shall not operate as a stay of proceedings under the judgment or decision appealed, so far as the court below or the court may order or mediate the act or the proceeding shall be invalidated, and the court below or the courts above may direct. Now, na salon law. So our impose them, na so myself able for read down for you. But now that one they in quote for them, for say they're not correct. Waiting then they talk about. On Monday, CD Yaya Tunis, the National Publicity Secretary of APC, be there on the Star TV Good Morning Show. He be talk about various things them. One party thing that we be talk about, now for say the APC no glady. What to make APC no glady? The APC party say, what's in happen na Makeni, you get a barrage of civil society, government parastatals, every institution come out with various press release them, they condemn what's in happen na Makeni. He say, but however, from where the APC don't they pull press release for they complain about the things them we not have, where they not happy with. The civil society them we pull press release now they condemn what's in happen na Makeni. They not talk nothing. They not answer to them. They not refute them. They not say nothing. He say, but now when something happen na Makeni, everybody, every civil society will pull a press release. They try for show favor to the current administration. Not to miss you. Now waiting to see the Yaya Tunis say. I don't know if you be listening. If you're not listening, go back there and go listen. So still they deny, say the leaked audio is not from the APC camp. Sierra Leone police back say not to them leak the audio. Are they investigating? They say, well, sometimes we don't get the findings, we go get for no. But they not tell we like say them put a stamp to it, say definitely they want for investigate who that leak that audio day between the IG and the former president and in team. They not tell we say then they put a stamp to it to say then go investigate, but they say if there is any findings, then go make me and you know. But trust me, if you listen the audio and if you study about audio, you go know who that be there on the recording end and who that not be there on the recording end. It's easy to tell. Listen back and who that be they come out from a phone and who that not be they come out from a phone. Then you go tell me say na so and so person na in leak that audio day. Go listen back. On Monday, we will get 0 new confirmed case, 0 death, and 0 new recoveries. Tourism and cultural affairs. Then blast them Sokobana then, and then secret society then. We be come out na do that Thursday. Na Makeni. And blast for them, and they don't want them. Oh, now they go no more because arrest all don't be made, but now they go down. Saful. So the traditional leaders them back, then self, they know with them. Then self, but that kind of press release they will then pull. It go make you scratch your head. Then say then self, not glad with all the people them back, we pull press release against them or against the thing what happened at Makeni. This past week, press release. I don't know if press release run no more, but some press release and team map Jin. We will get opportunity for go around and ask people them the country waiting they understand about their constituency and the parliamentarian them. Now then they be lead to a program on Monday about civic education. We make we teach the people them waiting the parliamentarians then they roll them. Now the different constituency them. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio be conduct the mid-term performance evaluation of the new direction government. Now so State House been tell we for say on Friday the 9th of October the President and behold government officials them on a one-day seminar on the mid-term performance and evaluation of the new direction. Now, this government go cater for every Sierra Leonean through an inclusive governance model that leaves no one behind. Not to me talk now waiting and talking how they read so for you. Now then they be talk. Who side them be go. Now so President baby tell them. And say President baby further emphasize say the performance evaluation go provide a platform for engage all the ministers them, then deputy ministers them, the resident ministers, and to be very frank with them. It go tell them the way it is. Adding that such a constructive dialogue go give a clear mandate for the change where the country wants. Some man can say all this talk where they can go talk. What thinking come out today? What thinking really come out today? Because, say the chief minister be there, not so. Inside opening remark, he say the midterm performance evaluation go review the progress because them be don't tell we already say this year na year of delivery. So you better than they able for. But our waiting chief minister say. They say the midterm performance, the evaluation will review the progress that will have been recorded and the access and challenge when they all for work together for improve the delivery outcome. Because waiting do the delivery outcome waiting do this year a year of delivery. He added that they looked forward to the result of the people of Sierra Leone and informed the gathering that it is an international best practice not common in Africa. They can't sit down here. They say they want to do an assessment of the midterm, how everything they go and blah, blah, blah. But when the people be talk to Carl and the IGR, they frown their face. I wanna go look forward to we, but when we talk, una no one hear too they talk. Instead, now waiting, una think say we for talk, now una want hear from we. At the end of the day, say, Your Excellency, I see this as an opportunity to provide you with the tangible evidence, facts, and figures to the extent to which you have delivered in your manifesto commitment just in 2.5 years, he noted. We serve the way to this one. We hope say because we go do and so, they no stream and live, we no see and no side. I wanna go do and so, una sit down and talk there. If na leka una can go, una go lie pa the president, so una the game for tine for go talk na parliament. Na so na can go lie pa una the game tine for go talk na parliament. At the end of the day, I make Honorable Tawabi get for resign. Now be one of the example lawandi. Now make it bigger for resign. He say because waiting do una come una say Salcap they make boku money. Now he say Salcap them for privatize and because he they lost. But the president go talk yonder because now una go tell and say make he go talk yonder. So una go pa the meeting here. So bloated thing now una they go tell the president say una they do. They are una don't get all thing together. For make una see say the president don't make real gains by manifesto for 2.5 years. Okay, will they wait? Oh, there are people who give the president, they want to pull a mole see. Let us assess for una. For tell una say, check, no, or we give them bad teacher, they want a zot, a big X, zot, or a big correct. We want for C. Because all the minister, also minister will go feel himself. Even though, let we they go, pay attention. And you know, so I can tell you, say, as I say, let we they go. No say something day, we'll go get a connection to Usai with this one now. Let we continue. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio launched the first girls' school. Na put local and be emphasize the nexus between education and development. We also be about the Dr. Kadi ACC Girls Secondary School. We Mercury, na den sponsor, na den bilam, na den do everything. If you be listening, yanda, pada launching where the president they talk, you pay attention. Where the president is if you chuki onde, no so. Now welcome to the same side, but okay, listen. The president tell Maki say, even the people of Bond, the people of Bond, you know. Then say they expect me for go build school day. So Mercury, when they watch now, it not go bad if we not go back na Bond. But Mercury, they Moyamba Junction right now. Now they done the next project. I don't know if you be see them picking a will be talk to na Moyamba Junction. You know we did talk to them picking the way they sell where they want to them to get in Moyamba Junction. Remember so we talk to them not so go na YouTube say network production. The video did it. Or just type on YouTube Moyamba Junction. It must come up. The video must come up. So the president took you on this. If you don't tell Maki, you say, dear, remember, I'm gonna bond. You know, say back when they don't open Afrisel, then Clock Tower, na Kenema, na in the first lady back, you self took you on the, from here, would they go Kono, would they go build other waiting, other Clock Tower na Kono, also I go get Clock Tower. It's nice. There would they go. First Lady be commissioned a modern solar-powered borehole facility and he be donate textbooks them and computers them to your alma mater. When at the Anzaro school na kono, First Lady say, na there you go. Okay. since we dey talk now, it's nice for make we be transparent in things them we dey do na the country. Because somehow, some of them donations here, some people them, if you look at one kind way, it dey try for go like say na campaign or not to campaign or not for the people them or not for the people them. But one thing where you can't take from the First Lady, she's energetically been around every other place. And lately, it donates. So this particular donation where he go do na Anzaru, he be able for catch AAA in yai. And because he catch me yai, I want make we look waiting the box where the First Lady go donate na Anzaru na Kono. Now in school, it's nice, it's good for donate. The other time now we'll talk about the First Lady, say then go give then things them na the lodge and they be take them now in they distribute them. Some people then say, oh, AAA waiting, the First Lady they do the work, sometimes them we go give them one and then what's not. Because you feel say election they far, but election not they far. And some of those things, if you watch how the presentation they go, if you watch how the welcoming can go, it gets a little of some campaign business. But before that, watch waiting day before you. A donation from UDA, World Bank Family Network, book project. Then address Didi, now then donate them. So, maybe the World Bank donate them directly to the office of the First Lady, and the office of the First Lady, in the take now go distribute them. Is that so? If you listen to the First Lady in your message to the school, and this one they come out from the First Lady. And if you watch outside the computer screen, the computer day, outside them display them, then are the free quality education book. 9 days so that green, white, and blue. 9 days so. And the First Lady go donate them to the school. Maybe in a AAA in other side. You know, say I can tell now say that guy was there right now. Not to him. You get one other guy, that AAA in ain't go and fend they go and chuk. Na ain't go chuk so, na ain't cow this. Say it's good for the First Lady for the donates. Because even today, there was a donation na the psychiatric home. But someone, if you look now part of them things, them more than be go donate to the food basket. Now the First Lady be go donate. That's fine. At least people and they say, oh, you know they keep them for himself, you know they take and go sell them, you know they this, you know they that. But what the First Lady can go donate? Then they say salono. Instead of the First Lady now they then they Allah and shouts and sing all the Paupanism songs them. But we can look now, it's a donation from World Bank Family Network. Look the address. You go say something now to the First Lady in office, because you don't say there's office of the First Lady. So now in office then donate them, so in they choose who that they give. Okay. But next time, make them come clearly so we understand. Because that one would have the food basket like waiting and donate today, or they wouldn't donate today. I think we all know say, we look the item there, you go remember the one that will be can donate to him basket. So now part of them thing and they don't care go under, which is good. First Lady is all over the place. You dey see her. You answer, you know, answer, you dey see her. But make they pay attention small, yeah? Because some of them donation are like I said. If you donate on behalf of the country, that's well and good. Instead, we don't talk and say that I'm also million we go give police where we go police where you say no go dey pan politics. You don't be go pan politics in go dey as the First Lady of the nation and in try for help the people. They say we campaign thing reach in go there and go talk to them for say SLPP are the best party for you and in feel say now this reason I make you for vote for them. But right now in not the pan campaign. But look how the donation then can go. And you tell me how you see them. On Tuesday, there was an update on the Niger and Sierra Leone friendly. On Tuesday, we been get 3 new confirmed cases. We will get 3 new confirmed cases. We get 0 death and 2 new recoveries from coronavirus na Salone. What's in will be deal with now on Tuesday. Now for say Sierra Leone police, then say for the 2021 budget, they want 250 billion leones. Because what in do? They say they want to prepare for the 2023 election. But however, Ministry of Finance be only approved 112.6 billion leones na then bigi Salone police. And Adande we been deal with Naya. Guma then reveal say then project where then they work on right now go benefit 1.6 million residents them. Then call them the Worship Aquatic Project. 1.6 million people. Now then get for benefit, forget clean, safe drinking water. And then people here, they reside now western area. Now then go benefit from the project after the project don't complete. Yes, then we disclose that on the Golden Tulip on the 2nd of October. Different stakeholders them now then come together for that meeting day. Presenting a synopsis of the project, Mr. Lai said Freetown experienced a severe drought and water shortage in 2016. We move DFID and UK aid for stepping with Freetown Water Supply Rehabilitation Project in 2017, furthering how some of the works package in the project, they don't detach them due to fact that the required funds exceed the available funds. So we dey wait for see how that project they go done. And see how 1.6 million people in Freetown go benefit. The intervention will enable sustainable access to safely managed water supply, improve sanitation for at least 1 million. For at least 1 million residents of Greater Freetown, including opportunities for prosperity for about 600,000 people living among communities that are vulnerable to climate shocks. Vulnerable to climate shocks. Would they wait them? Because now don't they cry, say, water, run. So now they don't tell we say, when this project done, 1.6 million people in Freetown then go benefit. Will they wait? Ministry of Trade be hosting Ease of Doing Business Legislative Reform Webinar Series. I think it'll be 3 days. And the Vice President, Naimbi Dede, I make me, say, Salone Day for business. So. Work in talk, say, enabling environment. Go listen to what they say. I make you say Salone ready for do business with we. Yes, on Wednesday, we know say the big sister Salone Leone. I be talk about that. When was it? Last Saturday about how the big sister Salone, the internet. There is an improvement. If you want to watch them, go to YouTube. Just search for Big Sister Season 2 on YouTube. You know the scramble there. But they were on Facebook where they through SLBC. That's what they talk about the National Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. In the still the scramble. But if you go watch on YouTube, when I under the Big Sister, you know get one scramble, you go able to look and find. But now we come to Housemate Salone, quarantine drama, then self do launch. Tomorrow, and they say then go begin. We'll go watch them and see how that unfold. On Wednesday, Sierra Leone registered 6 new confirmed cases, 1 new death, that's the possible will be lost, and 5 new recoveries from coronavirus. What will be deal with now Wednesday? For say diaspora them, for say them go exercise the right for votes with 2023 election come. We all will be there. We know how that conversation they go. A listener say, you know, be glady for some of the reasons where people in call say the government not get money for able for sponsor that. You say whatever the government want for do, then they do them. And this now we don't right for vote. So why make we say for join hands with the government for say, because we all know say that the resources, the financial resources, now Mohammed Kone, when at the head of neck, now be the stress on more. Now be the stress on more. So why would who they join them? For make we feel like I say we right, they not get money for sponsor, we don't right. Well, who they look? Until I be don't talk and I say inside go, me they be on that talk. The new Indian, also the Guinean ambassador be present the letters of credence to President Julius Maada Bio na State House on Thursday. We'll be able to share the 6-page APC then press release. Where then they're not glad with all them. Then tell we them position outside and team up with what happened at Makeni. And just like within the National Publicity Secretary, CDR Tunis been talk, where we go Star TV. And it's almost the same thing, and then put right there. Now then press briefing. But then look, they try for say, waiting them be done they call for, or waiting them be done they complain about. Nobody know they listen them voice. Nobody. Now they try for champion for them say, hey, wait when they do APC so, or wait APC they talk so, or waiting this. Say nobody. But however, as they say APC do something, or they want to do something, and then they say APC. Everybody they can't press release against them. So if you look and ping, you go and say wait in APC they cry foul and they cry like a baby in one corner. Or you think say then just they put them out there and say, how na they take it we not like them? That's so? Okay. Remember I say, now they go not so. I tell you say this particular week na press release after press release. The section chief. Okay, make I just give him how Salon Police say him, yeah? Because na Salon Police na the right. They say that thing will happen na Makeni. They not be glad with what thing happen. And now they don't begin for arrest people them. Okay, then arrest people because of the investigation where then they do. One, they say they arrest for unlawful assembly. Unlawful assembly and procession. Unlawful assembly, now they arrest for. When, let me talk through. Let me talk through now. When President Bio and the First Lady being come out Lebanon on the honeymoon trip, according to the First Lady, according to the President on a private visit. We don't see people in print polo and get a boku when we go receive them. Then be arrest anybody for unlawful gathering, or sometimes them people and them being get waiting Then we go seek police pass, then we get police clearance. So the one that we get an Makeni for unlawful. I'm not saying what happened at Makeni is justified, because quick people can jump. But let's look now the word unlawful gathering. The one that we can gather. We don't see Boku gathering them. Or the one that they're lawful, according to what's in this they tell we now. Now that's one part of the thing them where APC been talking at them press release. Okay, police say then they investigate for unlawful assembly and other related public offenses. One, the old permission content when I enter the section chief and also by Shebora and by Shebora Chiefdom Bombale district and also Mohammed Kanu of Makari village within at the Lonsai Highway. Not to no more further 6 suspects then, namely Fudi Kamara and all this one, then put the address them all. And put the address to all of them people outside and they. And also inside the back, we want them people them will be they sell the CD. But Salon police don't make arrest. So they wait and see waiting at the outcome of the arrest. Okay, the first lady be tell we say the table is set. It shares some things that we for say the sexual gender-based violence task force could meet. Before they all meet, before then go see the president, and then we get to see the president yesterday. But on Thursday we will get 8 registered new confirmed cases, 0 death, and 3 new recoveries from COVID-19. Sierra Leone Labour Congress, they won. They won against the minimum wage. Then they won against the minimum wage, Sierra Leone Labour Congress. For say, let people not forget to say it be 500,000, but this administration, the new direction, they want better for we people, and so they don't put 100,000 on top. For say now, if we pay workers them 600,000. For pay workers them 600,000. And then give we the category them. They say all. But some people like you want to take advantage, so they list some of the categories for we. Domestic workers, laborers, watchmen, and security personnel, restaurant attendants, fuel pump attendants, shop attendants, drivers in private employment. Them people here. Them people here. 600,000 now for the pay there. If you get anyone we hire, 600,000. So the Labour Congress don't pull their own word. How they go enforce some? We still wait. How they go fair not? We still wait. Now we need a database in the country. Labour Congress say forget a database for all employers and employ them. Now the country, so they go know who that they pay this and who that they know they pay this. But all them press release here away. I said this week now week of press release. We come out. My dear, there they go. We get Expo Moriba Bokari, when I a journalist, we self now a fan of Sierra Network. He be get a message for fellow Sierra Leoneans them on waiting be happen na Makeni. Be get part 1, part 2, we'll just make all one. 99 Sierra Leonean them, they don't come out from Niger, then jet into Sierra Leone. And then they now the Benguma center where they all tap. You say then they quarantine, then they get for test, then get for see what's not. So now they then tap. We just hope say whatever go happen for them for the best. And we are looking for these people, even them people that will be come out Kuwait, we still look for them. We want to interview them, we want to talk to them on video. So make we read them story, make we go able to share stories with other people, and we still they fit for do that inside salon. It has pleased the president of Sierra Leone for appoint and hire people them. I tell you, say, when the president please in heart, he dey hire. But one thing they way they inside this way not clear for me. Wait, I don't try for do me assignments. I'm not able for see. But today, I know they listen way from Germany. We can always deny. Because sometimes they can like for play with word for confuse we. But Tripoli knocking able for succumb to them confusion then they. If you're not able for convince me, left me so instead of you confuse me. Again, Tripoli say, if you're not able to convince me, you just left me. But not left me confused. That's what Tripoli say. What to make I say this? Okay, you don't please the president. The president make 4 new appointments. The ambassador, Denker for the Kingdom of Morocco. We get Mrs. Yvonne Alexandrina King. When I ain't get for count Deputy High Commissioner na the UK, because we know say the Deputy High Commissioner will be Dede, will be Lossam, mean so rest in peace. So somebody need to fill the gap. The deputy head, that's na Ambassador Fatima Takagbo, na deputy head of mission to the Federal Republic of Germany. Duya, deputy head of mission and deputy ambassador, are they the same? They are telling me. Then we get Mr. Duai Selu, Lunge, when are the deputy ambassador to the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Because, you know what you make they ask? If to say the deputy head of mission to the Federal Republic of Germany, now the same with the deputy ambassador to the Federal Republic of Germany, then somebody has been fired. But the first one where they appoint the deputy ambassador to Germany, then put on the deputy ambassador to Germany. But now they say deputy head of mission. So head of mission and ambassador, me I they ask, are they the same? Are they? Because I want to know. Because if not the same, somebody don't lose in job. Because we've been get a deputy ambassador. But if not to the same, if the head of mission is different, then somebody still gets in job. Because me one believe say not to the same. But again, that other part of me when I Tripoli say something the one left we confused. Now I go get deputy head of mission and deputy ambassador. So how many people will get Ubayana in Germany? And Usai, cover. They are wo de Germany on a go up where? Because they asked and they answer we. On first day, we be asked people in our salon, the camera be turned to them. Camera be turned to them for say corruption, perception, waiting and think and which institution. And how them feel say them go fix them. Okay, somebody don't text me say not to the same. Which means they don't create job again for somebody else. Okay, not to the same. Everybody down they say not to the same. So nobody has been fired. The possible the things say them be fired is still ready. So me say then create new job now for somebody where did it. I make people and they say the wage bill is just being bloated. It's just being bloated. It's just being bloated. Now two questions make I ask you. Either they don't create new job for somebody, or somebody will be dead, they don't fire them. Hey, You don't see why I say I don't want to make them confuse me. Timbuktu now say, he say head of mission and ambassador are the same. Other people they say head of mission and ambassador not to the same. Eh? You know, confuse you. Now this the left whipper, confused.com. You don't see? Okay. But maybe now because of who they think deep. If not, they don't create job for person. And that one go bloat. I'm going to say now the chief of protocol or the protocol officer. But me could check fine no more. And I person a don't give job. Well, I left that side. That's so they left we. Simba saying he say next year then go get a new ministry where they call Deputy Child Care Department. And that. With sister Nasu Fofana, he begets a book, a launching book yesterday we call Leave It to Nasu. Yeah, the camera be there, and you go see what may happen at the launching. Pademba Road, maximum prison to be relocated. I must tell they tell we this one green word. Every day they count Pademba Road and go for Pulandi. Dear, we wait now for make una Pula. We don't tell for you say una get for Pula, una get for Pulam. During the ongoing budget hearing for the fiscal year 2021 budget, here in the ministry, the department, or whatever. Okay, now Lord each day. For say Tasima Jab, be assured the Ministry of Internal Affairs, for say then committed for construct the new correctional center. We go replace Pademba Road Maximum Correctional Center. This is a very laudable project, and it is high time we start seeing some resources allocated to it for it to be achieved in the next couple of years, he said. He says since the idea of relocating Pademba Road Correctional Center don't come up by the late President Ahmed Tijan Kaba for over 20 years ago, very little has been done. So they want to make them get budget too. They want to make them get budget for let them begin spend money now for relocate Pademba Road. Because you don't say every time they take and scared we, but we know they again. Friday we get 2 new confirmed cases, 0 death and 4 new recoveries. And Friday too we'll be able for share the platform with DJ Bass from Mercury Radio, and you know how the conscious vibes and the awareness teams be go. Now he started the good old days yesterday for we don't do so. He be host Salia Koroma, one of in Grand Pekin, where he serve the play the accordion and they try for take from Musa in Grandpa left. Lo and behold, another press release after press release. The Africanist press then release an article where claims say 3.2 billion leones of foreign travel tax revenue missing na salon. We see that post there. I see him. I go through him. I say, okay, because it don't say, whenever the Africanist press post, then they say, because Chernobyl, I don't know if you know Chernobyl, not to that Chernobyl, this is another one. This is another Chernobyl. I am an activist and not to that, still that Chernobyl where they think we can go 98, that short one, not to emo. It's not the tall one. Eh? Now, so this the one get H by Cherno, the other one not get H by Cherno. This now they all get the H now they talk about in a part of this article waking right now Africanist press. But there's a lot of things them we don't write. And one part it's in a way being right ready, it get a document where it leak, where it claims say now from finance, where be show almost $1 billion where finance be disbursed to the hands of your girls campaign. And that one day, Where then they be commonado, people then begin talk. Then they be make the first lady self be commonado and do a video. For say, what you expect time if na your money for go take and do answer for your girls. Now project with the office of the first lady, the champion, so now the government now they sponsor the hands of your girls. So anytime we see the hands of your girls, no say there is a bill for that and the government of Sierra Leone is paying that bill. Make we just make it out right there. If you want back, go listen to waiting the first lady be talking in your audio and the interview will begin na the Fatu network where it be go na the Gambia. Go listen down the back. Then they go able to tell you who side the hands of our girls there. But what to make a cow this? Because China na be one, this Africanist and press na be one by the people that will be leak that in me for say the answer for girls is a sponsored project by the government of Sierra Leone. And at that same day, the first lady be can tell we now say yes. Now a project when the champion we in with, but now the government now the sponsor. But before that, all we be know is I be the first lady in project. Remember already count different first ladies, them different women, them from different African countries, them make big cocktail and everything. Answer for our girls. Who paid that bill? Okay, maybe we'll come back to this one. In fiscal year 2019 alone, investigators say revenue totaling 3.2 billion in foreign travel tax were not paid in the relevant bank account at the Bank of Sierra Leone. So this one will come out now from them. They say they not pay, but they say that account where they be supposed to go pay that money in a Bank of Sierra Leone. They not pay the money. So somebody go catch them. Go tell them, and then give them the figure. Then give them anyway some breakdown. But other than I be the champion by this article, na be NRA. They say based on the fraud investigation carried out by the management of the National Revenue Authority, they observe say staff them be the issue receipt to airline or agent of airlines for revenue that were not in the bank statement. A report on the investigation states the authorities also discover that some airline and their agents they pay the FTT into commercial banks rather than the designated FTT bank account with the Bank of Sierra Leone. The FTT mean foreign travel tax. Foreign travel tax. Now the FTT mean. I want to make you the listen how they lay everything at table. I can tell you say, myself, I pass na me radar, how I feel, na me own day this, now so myself can just left them. But pay attention, oh yeah. This now waiting the Africanist newspaper writes. They say from the reviews of taxpayers' file in respect of the FTT, they observe, say, the penalties totaling 3.6 billion then be levied on upon taxpayers who fail for make the payment on tax liabilities on or before the 15th of the following month. And that one the NRA be charge people in a salon. Boku tin and they wait and talk. I see them, I read them, I say, okay, it's the Africanist. Just now then go begin say, hey, Triple, why share a network post this, blah, 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 blah. Lo and behold, ACC beget for reply. So as a media house that we're credible, and we can tell you say, ACC, Anti-Corruption Commission's clarification on the Africanist publication on the alleged corruption at NRA, then I not tell you what's in the alleged corruption. It doesn't right. The way you can read waiting, then why I say, I go can't read quick waiting ACC then say. I can't read what you read what the ACC say, you begin one to say. So who that the ACC they reply to? ASAP. Asia Network post. Can't look people in. Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. You know, you don't get an understanding or get an overstanding. Now fake news then be the blast. Eh? Okay. Let me see what the anti-corruption tell we. He said their attention, they don't bring on to the Africanist publication, where say 3.2 billion foreign travel tax. They be missing. ACC say he want the public for no say, then don't investigate this allegation and have accordingly instituted say the appropriate action. That's now the ACC findings established that between March 2018 and September 2019, the revenue officer Abubakar Sidiki Kamara and Mariama Bala Conte and Geneva Sisse, where the revenue officer's name, the report processing and return payments when at the RPRP Department of the National Revenue Authority, they misappropriated a total sum of 5,582 million. Now in them 3 people and they misappropriate. They say, then get an outline of the public, they say, being the foreign travel tax paid by Air Morocco and all it's in the way they outline. So in a nutshell, what's in the try for tell we? What's in the try for tell we I say? Now money whether they claim now say loss, then we don't investigate them, and a part of the money where then 3 people there be squander. The Africanist back, be careful, do another publication, say, not to part of the money. They say not to part of him. So waiting, the ACC, they try for talk. They say, not to true, but ACC don't clear themselves. They don't tell we make we no say, then we don't do that investigation there. And if you want any further inquiries, well, then put the name the way for contact. Okay, since we did on this, make I just come straight to waiting the Civil Aviation Authority then self pull. Because you know say, it's still got to do with them. Then self pull press release. Now week of press release. No, just accept that. Civil Aviation, then self pull press release. The first sentence, they say the attention don't go to that 3.2 billion way of the FTT, the foreign travel tax revenue way published in the Africanist press, and they want to make me and you no say a lie. Say the allegation is false, and therefore then they disassociate themselves from that kind of misleading and unfounded claim of corruption. Misleading and unfounded claim of corruption as it has been put out there and dragging the name. Yeah, they want them for drag name na salon and they play them. The hard-earned reputation. Now that in talk, that na the fault, they say na false. All waiting and talk. Paragraph 5. Then say, listen, the same Civil Aviation Authority will say everything within that paper na false. And so then stand far from them. Inside paragraph 5, then tell we say, on the allegation of the FTT funds paid by the APC airline into the SLCAA, when at the Civil Aviation Authority, then operating accounts, they put the account number there. Management wishes it to be known, they want make me and you know, say, for say them funds here were mistakenly paid into the aviation operating account by APC Airlines without the prior knowledge or approval of the Civil Aviation Authority. But however, upon realizing, say they don't mistake for put that money in at the wrong fund, they instantly transfer them back na the right fund. A reversal of the said transfer was done into the TSA held at the Bank of Sierra Leone. So if civil aviation say, all waiting and then other paper na lie, na false, make we not believe them. But inside the same paper, then tell we say, this particular money not go na the correct account where it for go. Because that was what the article was based upon. For say, money they way for go na the appropriate accounts them, not go there. They say some of the money there, then go na personal bank accounts them. Well now, after the civil aviation tell we say, make we not believe nothing we then talk. At the end of the day, they can't tell you back say, that money where them be say, where they say they not put in the right account, yes, now be mistake, now the airline be do, but when they realize say, then be put in the wrong account, then be come back and then can correct them. But you say, me could not believe what they say. You can still tell we say, some of the things the way they did not correct. And some of the things the way they want for clarify waiting be happen. Than for say everything we did in a false. This one I've been through say, you not going to the correct account. Sometimes they tell when they do the investigation, they find out say, it not being goody. It not being goody. Then they all lead from Musai, the Africanist press. All right, I be just one make we get an understanding Naya. The CEO of MCC, when at the Millennium Challenge Corporation, it is alone. It will make a stop on the 15th and 16th. So you don't left Salon now anyway. On the 15th and 16th, and if we go find the president, na status, na the vice president, na in host them anyway. The vice president, na in host the Millennium Challenge Corporation. You see that way then go open that school, na put lock on it so. Oda na be the MC. The vice president. And I be the MC day. So now can I ask the vice president or the vice president? I hope say that day you see and tell you see. Vice president, and I be the MC day. But I'll come back to MCC. The Millennium Challenge Corporation, we make a stop on the 15th and 16th. Then we go find the president, and they were hosted by the vice president. And then say, while in Freetown between October 15 and 16, he will follow up on the activities of the U.S. government-funded $44.4 million threshold program being implemented by the Millennium Challenge Coordinating Unit in the Office of the Vice President. $44.4 million project there now in Salon. And at the Office of the Vice President, and the champion. The Vice President, Mohamed Jule Jallo, where they supervise the activities of MCC in the country, say 2018, there had been a successful implementation of the threshold program. He confirmed that the country had made tremendous progress on the MCC scorecard, adding that the government had built a strong regulatory framework around energy and water sector. The government had built a strong regulatory framework around the energy and water sector. Now then they then tell the CEO where you going to the country, because then get $44.4 million project we for help we with energy and water na salon. So then tell and say the government don't do well. Me and you. Maybe it is first in the spirits. It is as a wind. It is in the spirit level way. Me and you know they see. We not get ordinary eye. We know they see. But the politicians then get the eyes them so they can see. So sometimes I make me you not see it. Or make a talk for myself. Now I make me not see it. So sometimes down the road, we go see him really come to pass. He go come out to the spirit, he go come out to the wind, to the breeze level like Rojo, and he go come for make me and you see him Kojuma Koju Koro Koro. Okay. Now continue. Yesterday we get the good old days, 60s to 90s. We'll be talking about from 1 year to 12 years. You'll be there. You know how good it was. Then they bring to me again, waiting past Namireda. Why is it that people, a beautiful program as good old days, a beautiful program as storytelling, where it's like having family, because that's how this program then born. You know when you can get family time na us. Time for the, if you're able to tap into the elders in the house, waiting they know. Now so we they take for past ideas them. Now so we they take for past history onto generation to come. About how salon be day. But unfortunately, them programs here what they do, even though in there, when they get better, people they listen. But as they say politics, or as they say bad news, you see now they see, remember that time waiting be happen. Is it waiting happen na Makeni? The first one, the second one, even when the presidents come with it, we can get sometimes over 400 people. Even on YouTube, they get thousands of people. And they watch. But when it comes to make we learn family time, make we learn from ourselves, we're not there. We don't want to hear. That's what I say politics, don't want to hear for. What's in you? You work in there for the good old days. You work in there for story time. You know can enjoy the program. You know can enjoy, huh? Tell me ba. Where be say, now where we get thing them way kind of controversial, where they against APC and SLPP, where they for this, where they for that day. Now they say they see. Everybody. What's in do? Though they try to blame the politicians there. Where be say some of we back now only politics. Now they attract we only politics. Only when they say, hey, President Beo don't do this, or unless Koroma do dande, or they say that one day that happy and that, or that dande and they attract we just need to search for the bad news, the problem, or they search for her. What's in do? Because all the good old days they all don't do. Upload on a YouTube, or even a year. They get better views, they get better, but they get good time. So you and they come, Akbale, now you left pa. Because you know they learn nothing but saloon back in the days. Or you know one no? What you go pass into your generation? Now for just tell the young one and say, na APC and SLPP na them puel saloon. Not so. Now for na that no more you get for talk. Say na them puel saloon. Even the tenka and Yumkela come, they not give vote for another no more. Were there no better days? But if you not can join me for make we all be one family and talk and learn from one another, what you go able to tell them? What's in? Who can get good time? Trust me. We get very good time now. So if you, now YouTube listener, search the good old days. Listen them. Learn something. It's a good program. We not create them for nothing. No was in idleness. Na politics to mon away. Eh? Now make we history just they die. Eh? I make some people say Salon self no get history. History just they die because we know they pass them. We know they pass them on to the young one them. And I mean me I be don't say today the thing they will pass na me radar. I they talker. And this na one part. Say we too like bad news. Now I make quick as they say fake news. Now they share pass all. It too like fake news. We too like bad news. Eh? Not everything for deal with politics. And they talk for regulars though. We are the good ones, eh? We are the good one then. We are the good one then, yeah. So we the good one there. We know say everything with Sierra Network. You know say now for the good of the family. And for the good of the family. Okay. All right. Waiting again. The task force on sexual-based violence then be present the own case study to the Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio. We are still waiting for the forensic lab. We need them. We still wait for them. Other thing anyway, okay, make us see. Somebody to clarify now. Hey, somebody to clarify. Said the points of. He said the deputy head of mission, if not the chief of protocol, but rather he said not to the chief of protocol, but rather the deputy chief of mission is the deputy ambassador. But please make a continue for invest. Are they continue? Are they continue? We need for no. You know we can't confuse we no more the left whistle. Not at all. But something they way I just want share with we quick. We know say Naya, but when doctor come, we go share them back. But make I just see if I can pull we'll get to his side. Eh? Hey, Papa God. Okay. Omar from Minneapolis say, other than are the regulars and other than not to the regulars. Well, the regulars then, they know themselves. So I don't think for even, the regulars then. We know we safe. We the regulars then. We know we safe. But based on waiting, we've been talking now the other day about the little girl with the broken bone. We will also share the video now. So the Girls Empowerment Network, alongside Sierra Network Charity Foundation, the launch a fundraising drive. A fundraising drive go be launched. Now you see so now the screen. We go put some back way. Dr. Cam we go like for throw more light on that. On the 23rd day of October 2020, 11 a.m. Now the Sierra Leone Teachers Union Conference Hall. Now local step. The donation, any little donation where you get, definitely we go one time. For make we help this young girl, because at the end of the day, we don't land say they get for fly them out of Sierra Leone. They not get for do that one day in a salon. Another one way they fly around. Then entertainers them. Then say December they come. They say because December they come, they want make government pull the curfew. Now the new campaign and they will miss now on a tongue. Yes. They say end curfew now. I don't know if now waiting they happen in Nigeria where they end SARS. Now NSF gap now because end SARS na the entertainer there, na Nigeria, na the startup, na the day before, na the champion and whatever. If you don't follow, you know waiting they happen there. We just hope for peace and hope say their voices will be heard. But what will they say? The radar now catch say the entertainers them. Na salon, NSF gap say the government for end the coffee order. They say coffee order for end, coffee order for end. Who that say? The entertainer then. Oh, they watch how this one go play out. Other people and they say, instead of say let government end coffee order, government can leave the coffee order. But let government not put a ban to gathering. Let government lift the ban on massive gathering. Because what you know, when thanking cow, they see people and they gather. Face mask or no face mask, then they get that boku. As long as you get for do with something we get for do with any kind politics business, for or against people and they gather. So then say before that, they lift the ban per gather business. And then put them coffee order. Then can get Tanges December if this coffee order still there. How do you want to go do? Or then go say we don't enter stadium. Now they for just enjoy it or not to so. Why should you enter stadium? You know for common do again. So now they the coffee order go hold you. I would wait to see how the December get for play out. Make cook out us friend. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir. What's in a summary for today, sir?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tripoli, and thank you for giving me the platform. And welcome all the listeners and viewers them, wherever you be. What I just want to throw light on one of the issues that we bring up. People have realized, say, like when you talk of the old days, this is like kind of archive, a kind of a media, a museum where people they can't find their understanding. Because you know, see, one day in school does not make a scholar. For like, we will make up a memory, a scholar, and I get for the everyday in school and take up your notes and learn. And when you look at another program where you've been doing this, they are talking to the camera regarding the people and perception of how they perceive certain institution there. You go see, say, the area of civil education, they will not abolish them. You know, be either in formal form or informal form. So because of this kind of civic education, where they don't abolish, because remember in those days, there was a time when they teach, they get them books and they will teach about Mamioko, all those people, but the problem, they're not able to transform this thing to a higher educational level in the curriculum. So gradually, the civic education and the knowing about history, therefore depreciates. So I encourage people to understand, say this is another source where they for develop back their own know-how in terms of what thing they get for know about the country. So then at one point, the other issue I just want to pick up again regarding the issue of the police them wouldn't be hand over them budgets. Now a few things no more I just want to highlight there regarding last week we don't discuss but here you get an area wouldn't be actually notes. But remember the first time we've been doing that program, they wouldn't be good assessment for us before they do this final budget presentation. Then be notes say they been get some side with the development budget, and they been get what's at the recurrent budget. So you been get for can see the area wherein the government representative then get for cut the budget down to half of what they do, or let's say 4 point something, the percentage from the 100. So they cut them down because the duplication when they look, we might say it might be when they talk of the development budget and the recurring budget, the recurring one done at the one every year. Now they then get about the rest, then get about maintenance, they even get about stationery. But if you see back this new budget, what they can give now, what they want to take as a kind of development budget, what they want to put the CCTV cameras, buy uniform, and some other material for help them so they're able for face and tryouts and other things there. Then you therefore can see some of these things and call them in. So obviously, nice, they might say the government side, they say this is a duplication. While the AIG or the police then they try to say this like kind of replication. So now that's how the number for just clear out because there is a development budget and then they get the recurring budget. the recurring always did. But the only thing more for help in terms of government, for let them be able to avoid some of them things they are. I don't know if like constitutional right, wherein they therefore say that they therefore buy the rest. Because when you look at an example, somebody they say there is something like areas where like the teachers, the schools and then the request for development fund, wherein the school, the free education, when they don't institute years back, they know they gave money for development, for develop their school, because from there when they pay. But here the government therefore changed it when free education, but with the reimbursement now. So but then they use that money they now for go share among those who are the authorities that will make the school instead of them bring that development fund. So you will therefore question, say, is government therefore look in terms of an antidote for letting them go able for stop this kind of for letting avoid this antidote of corruption for avoid development. Instead, let them create an antidote who will stop corruption. How they will do in that transparency, and sometimes they institute certain things then. Say go to this NRA issue back, you will see how it relates. Now for that, I don't know if they say that they try to introduce the NRA them, then introduce it and call electronic cash register. All around just corruption, avoiding now it's all for talk about in transparency. So if there is a doubt of certain areas where they need physical money to people them, then we find a way wherein we will know if we institute money or if we receive money in electronic system. But electronic system, when a contactless system or whatever, when really contact with money, we then see, we want to see how effective is that. Because based on the effectiveness of the system, now we will make people able to know, say, money not going to siphon into other my budgets. Then one thing. Then the other area about how for just look at the repatriation would have been come back, would have the migrants. Or what did I want for just emphasize here, or for not saying there is an international organization for migration, what we don't do for years, but later they get for merge them with United Nations. So they become United Nations Migration Agency, that are the IOM, and they help 11 people out the return. Because from 2016, now when they merge with UN, then they try to see the conditions of the people, them, how they live, the migrants and issues, and how to assist them practically. And the solution, they how they go for develop the economic status. Then they bring the other one at the ILO, one at the International Labour Organization, but they not be look very active in this. Then they just be a supportive for conditions. But they have negotiate and talk a lot for letting migrants that would go and they keep them back, bring them back. So the government inside for saying that they directly bring them. All right, that is good for sign paper, but it's actually an organization where they do all this. Still go to the one in Lebanon based on that guy video made. They use all those for campaign. So the IOM, they don't go get a body where they belong to the UN, and then they pioneer all this. Which is a very good thing. Now, for that, they see even when people they come in a way where they don't go on realize that they can't say they would also organize and bring them. Like then last one day, how we come, you know, say Nakova they affected, then they just they rush for come and rush for good at the day. Because not to see where they don't plan, see they will know all what they do because now an independent body where they run this. And then they also connect with the government. Then one thing. Then the other area about these books we been bring about, waiting regarding the one they wouldn't go donate to Kono, what you may actually see there, this one now kind of a project where the World Bank they actually get. But the question here is the project written by a government which was approved because they say you for right and somebody for sure say there is a need. People they need that in there. Like when we talk about schools then. So the need of the schools then I think they try to address by giving those books. And as somebody there on behalf of this, because we know the family they talk about this, this possible write this project. But the question is it an individual or then they do it based on the government? So when the government approve that, this project when they run, they do another money there, or they buy them books there, then when I deliver them to the people that we need them. So we ask now, was it an area where a project with the right individual or a project with the World Bank the Now the question I want to say go out for find out more for see. If the World Bank they give to individual people that wanna notable people at the country right project, or na NGOs or organizations that will be independent, who will write them, we don't know. So that's a big question there. We'll be able to find out and know. And then coming out to the area of APC, the FA will be going to give some computers in this military Magai Teachers College. Then they try to help them in terms of improving the technology. But during that discussion, when they bring up, say they want for helpmates in Magai for do a kind of a scientific research area for agriculture. In other words, and they try to encourage them for put a kind of a curriculum when agriculture go daily. But the question here when they ask, then they try to look into people that wouldn't they train for study the soil type they would in a salon. So you go question, say if they bring this curriculum in Magai, is it going to benefit them? We don't know, because we don't know how type of land they don't acquire. But you go question, say the basement of the MMTC in a filter day. So you go question, say FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, are they not going to look about Injala? Because Injala don't begin for develop a Chinese project with another project to go help them for the animal husbandry when they develop at a smaller scale for go before. You go ask, and Injala beyond they do them curriculum. Yeah, are they not going to try and expand it? Or bringing it to Multimaga is a good idea. But are they going to have the area where they will do their practical skills? Because as citizen, you will ask this question. But I don't know how they therefore do this based on the 3 computers where they don't go give for technology. Now they try for expansion and go bring this curriculum in the system. But only hope so they will look into all this instead of the money go end up for go there, and then there is nothing where they go get for come with people that want to expert them for help the country. Then I want either that one the back. Then the other side, I just want to look into it quickly. Now, regarding the traditional healers, them when they come with their own press release, it got relates back to waiting agriculture they do in our salon in terms of Injala. Now we look waiting the traditional leader they talk about. Then they try for make medicine in capsule form. During that speech they will give that money when they ask them. And then they talk about the press release of waiting they therefore do to the one they who don't broke the law. Then he try to talk about some other topic will be look a bit strange about how politicians involved in this. But the idea is, are they going to promote them for let them make them medicine there, locally in the form of a capsule where you go buy and use, where they don't know the medicinal value in terms of the percentage we go use. Because they get for studies say this amount, if now 1 milligram or 1 teaspoon you take. Are they going to look into Injala where they don't get a project similar to that when they try for study the medicinal value of herbs so they will promote them? So I just try for question either if they go ahead for getting the okay for do them, or then go try for just give them caution and try for limit the what that they do. Then I decided I want them to just concern. Because there is a lot of liver issues that already happen in terms of medicinal way they take, and then go just drink boku, in the effects they get a lot of liver problem and other diseases that would affect the area of the liver. So now that's how let government go look, they don't just allow them, they allow them because of politics or other reasons come inside, so we'll not just allow them for go. And then the area of transportation, and you see the Ministry of Transportation say they go bring 300 buses in a Freetown. What they want for do, they want for improve and where you go there and you go know that bus there under a technology will go able for claim them. But are they just again see how far they go to, because they see they don't communicate and they try to relate with a company where they like United Kingdom. So the other side they don't want to see how far it will be effective in terms of see they don't talk to the drivers, they let them try for left for take people in halfway, let them go the camp straightward. But now they don't order them more to carry there. But the question is the drivers they back the drive for complacency in case of they no get side for get them money now. But they say don't tell them say when I try, now we'll get a negotiation. But there is already on the verge of getting the cars. So I don't know how far that negotiation get for go. So that will be a kind of economic backlash at that side. So the only area back I for just say before they go, now the area where politicians they get for no say their functions in the parliament are for represent we in electoral areas. They are need for making laws and then they for oversee how they able for govern we and here we own inquiries. So when they hear all your inquiries and what will they bring up, now they give for legislate them. So that they will look at an area of perception, saying a very important thing in terms of a national democracy and a national development. Because all this they come to in terms of unity and looking at how we for progress the country. So now the area that you have for take, because we don't stay too long for tonight, and an amazing contribution for tonight, and thank you very much for giving the platform.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
All right,
most welcome, yeah.
Now we come with Usman Tolly. Make we waiting in get for this week. Yes, Usman Tolly. Welcome on board, sir. You get the platform. Your summary, sir.
Thank you very much, Triple A, and I would like to thank everybody who come on the program. I just want to talk on two issues then, and one of the issues that I want to talk about, the question where you ask, say, will the diasporans vote in the 2023 elections? You don't say I've been start for talk on that, but I've not been finished that.
Yes. And
I just want to finish on that. And then secondly, just want to give you feedback on my own travel experience.
Life in
especially for brothers. Exactly. Especially with my own experience where I travel come at the country. And I know see a lot of diasporans and they look forward for come. So I want to give you a little bit of voting and my own experience. So quickly, let me start with the question we asked. Will the diasporans vote in the 2023 elections? Clearly, to me, I think say the answer is no. I will give you another reason why. Remember the interview the NEC commissioner with the Honorable Mohammed Kone. And when you listen to the interview critically, yeah, for one of the obstacles then they ask them, they say, first of all, we get for review the constitution, whether the constitution permits for let them vote at the diaspora. And then secondly, he say get for review the resources, the financial capability, the systems them for ensure then get voting it takes for let them conduct elections at the diaspora. Okay, first of all, 2023 elections are not too far away. Yeah? And even say they will start for conduct a pilot scheme right from the Mano River Union. It takes time. It takes time. I believe say the election for diasporans for participate in the democratic process, will start 2023. My own, this is my own view, because it involves a lot. You therefore do a pilot scheme now the Mano River Union. It takes time. You talk about resources. You talk about human resource. You talk about financial resource. All the things it take time, and we are struggling at the moment. So, by my own feedback, and obviously, 2023 elections it will be possible. But don't forget, we, remember if you listen to the Honorable Kaneyom Kela, he say the Electoral Act already do allow you for vote at the diaspora. Similar to what the Honorable Mohammed Kone say, he said what's missing is in the process, which is all about, the resources, the capability, the systems, with the modern technology, I think it will be easy. Well, remember, by the time we don't do the pilot scheme at the Mano River Union, on all these things, it takes time. So what you may think, and obviously, if in fact we get for conduct electoral elections now in the diaspora, it will be 2023. Maybe you're looking about around 2028, considering all the factors here where I don't give us. So, okay, I will move to the next one very quickly. Just a feedback to one of the topics that will be discussed now. Yeah, we opening of the port, what's a million experience from we I left UK for come Sierra Leone. First of all, sometimes it's fine for us to be honest with myself, by giving feedback, especially we don't go through a process, so that other people then will get a clear feedback from what your experience. First of all, I will say kudos to the government of Sierra Leone. I mean, to the Director General. I will really appreciate it. Remember, we asked some questions. One of the critical things that we will comment on is about the COVID-19 test we will pay for. It will be surprising for no say, even in the UK, I'm going to pay for the COVID-19 test. We will be actually the comment on say, fear for what we pay for the COVID-19 test. Simply, even the government or UK government put on clearly on the website, say, if you travel, you want to take COVID-19 test, you have to do it on a private basis, which I did. I paid £80 for the COVID-19 test. So clearly, I think, say, they now demonstrate, say, yes, they mean right, although we criticize them to that extent, but indeed, I pay for the COVID-19 test. And when you arrive at the airport,
Usman Toli, I want to hold you on that quick. So you pay £80 now the UK for the test. Then when you go back to the salon, you they pay back, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. UK government on the website clearly, the UK government website, it says if you want to travel, you want a COVID-19 test, then they allow you simply because you do them for you inconvenient because you want to travel for calm. So clearly you get for go to you get for do your own private test. So meaning in the UK you get for pay for the private test, and the day inside the UK, you get a link, especially if you travel with SM Brussels. Yeah, and then they send you a link. We in the saloon portal where you get for update your certificate we don't obtain in your country where they left. Then you upload them na the Sierra Leone website. For so say you don't take your test, and then also you get for pay at the website. And that again a very good thing. I really commend the Sierra Leone government because you will pay on the website. I think it cost me about £65, roughly £65. That's what it cost me. When I don't convert them, the $80, it cost me £65. So again, the website, they work. So that again, it takes the worries. And the first thing when you reach at the airport, the first thing when they ask you for, you get, because we don't pay for your COVID-19 test, where you can't take us alone, then they give you a receipt. So when they get for action at the airport, without receipt there. So meaning you pay for your test in the UK as well as you test in salon here. So and when I arrive in salon, the good thing is a lot of people also they fear to say the process they take. It doesn't take long. To be honest with you, it takes only it take around 20 minutes because they reach the airport. They meet people that will direct you from one point to the other. They are so assertive, very, very alert. As you arrive at the airport, pick one up, then begin to direct you from one to the other. The entire process, for me in the airport, in a salon, it takes about 20 minutes. Before you remember, I don't reach the sea coach, I don't cross. So, what thing is they tell me? And they talk to my brothers, them. I know a lot of them, they look for travel this December. Because but when I get the fear, say, what thing will happen in terms of the test, in terms of the process, where you get for go through for Canada country. But honestly speaking, that not for worry you much. Enough for worry you much. The process which is difficult, as long as you don't do what are the requirements them, you don't fulfill the requirements them, and obviously not we get for worry about. Again, let me tell you one positive feedback about COVID-19 as alone. COVID-19 as alone, the COVID-19 itself is here. But the rate at which I see in our country and I mean the Western world, as compared to here, I think very alarming. It's not very alarming. You get I want just a Leone affairs there, Leone no worry much. I know it's good to keep safe, but in terms of COVID-19, by the power of the Almighty, and obviously, the way in which they may exaggerate for the African countries. Remember, they say that they think it will kill over 300,000 Africans. But I don't think it's going to happen like that. More importantly, I mean, maybe because, remember, Triple A, you question, you interview Daddy Sarge here, and I think you make one important, I don't know whether I would call it scientific advice. Say maybe COVID-19, because of the weather, climate, it will express itself now. Yeah. But my own observation, I not say COVID-19 is here, but the manner in which it express itself now there are other countries and obviously due to the climate now yeah, it will express itself, and it will be interesting for know say the first mass we talk about I will tell you over 90% of the people right now they know they wear face mask. Then I will show you. Then you get them all the time. Get them at the pocket. Only when they try for enforce the law. When they know see security personnel are there around. Sometimes he pull on a pocket, hang on a neck or in throat. But almost 90 to most of the time now people are really working in offices. And then they wear face masks. But a good number of the people they not they wear face masks. So meaning that God now they protect the people in here. But COVID-19 for say they express itself in here as they express themselves in our country. As I don't see what they do in UK and other European country and USA and obviously God will allow COVID-19 for express itself in here. So now that number I say Leone fears them. For me brother, they will still confused whether for camps or then they prepare for camp for the December. I think Sierra Leone is the right place to be for this December. And obviously you get for worry much. If you want to buy your ticket, just buy your ticket. Don't think too much about it. I think say Sierra Leone, by God in power, we will survive now. COVID-19 will get a place for Sidona. So now that's number one bring at the table. Thank
before you go, before you go, how long it take for make the text scan your phone, if ever the text be scan your phone, for sure you say positive and you're good to go about your business?
Well, the important thing is for most people where they arrive, the difficulty is they don't get a contact number. But if you supply a contact number, mostly within 1 to 2 days, if I don't get the text, we tell you say you're free from you're negative. Because me, I'll do my test. The following day, I get a text. Late in the evening, I get a text which will say COVID-19 negative. And even when you pay on the website for your COVID-19 test inside the UK, almost immediately they get a receipt where it say paid with a code. And that code they will reach the airport and then show you. I think, to be honest with you, I'm impressed with the Sierra Leone government because one of the things that we're going to comment on in terms of whether the portal they do what thing we expect them to do. But in this particular aspect, I'm impressed with the Sierra Leone government.
So the one way them be say then they give free SIM, I think that one did not happen again.
Interestingly, the free SIM they outside the airport. This is the thing. I think they get restrictions for the people that really come inside the airport. I think for security reasons. So I get Mr. Septic is SIM, when I free SIM what they use right now. But the interesting thing is, you go only get a SIM the way don't come outside the airport. This is one of the questions that were asked. I asked for the SIM. They say, well, you will get the SIM only outside the airport. So I'm not able to use that SIM there, and don't forget, maybe one of the reasons is simply because for register, you get for produce your passport, it takes time to register that SIM card. You remember they say you get for register the SIM card under your name. So because of the process it takes, maybe I make them ask you for supply any phone number we get so that they will text you. Because not only when I come outside the airport now, I don't do everything, the process, and then come direct me and say somebody there that way if you want a free SIM card, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes for the registration. Using your
and that's
passport.
not the AfriCell.
That AfriCell.
AfriCell, yeah, because for the longest they don't get a program there.
Yes, now the AfriCell, I've been taking target. I don't other network but the one we get within Guinea when a free SIM card is under me AfriCell.
Okay, so how the light and water business who's you do?
Well, lights, honestly, is still problematic. But when they get light, there is rationing sometimes, depending on who say it. Because I interview other people, then it talks to the whole area, they hardly then get blackout. So, depending on the area where they like, who's are there, sometimes they're not alter, they get light. But the light, they come. It hardly, get light for the day. But I think, some areas then is still subject to rationing, and the rational. But extensively, I think there is hope among Sierra Leoneans then say, because I interview one where in talks they work as electrician, I think they get approved reject way, I think they depend on extensively in terms of light. I'm not being sugar-coated here, but I'm not a try for discourage brother them for Canadian country. The point is, we know things are hard here in terms of the ground dry, in terms of other issues, then people then they complain. But the reality is, if they look for Canada's country for holiday, I think this is the right place to be in December. This is the right place to be. Because we already know AAA, we see how the cases are not begin spike back in country and day, so when you compare, comparatively, I think here is a little bit safer than over there, provided you follow the process system. But here, it's like COVID-19 is absent because people then they go about their own business. And, and the way how they do things, to be honest with you, if COVID-19 been very seriously active now, to be honest with you, if I've been on a lot of people by now for hospitalized. But God, I think he didn't have his side now.
All right. Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Usman Toli don't get the endorsement for those that want to go in December. They hold up, As you told me, they say, then they come. Okay, we're going to take a snapshot of all where they go, and we know what to get for doing now, turn back. Make a out, doctor. Make we hear waiting na your summary for the week. Yes, Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo, you get the platform.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good morning to many others. I hope everybody to do well, and as we continue to adhere to COVID-19 measures them across the globe, we want for highlight Sierra Leoneans despite within COVID-19 they present with now we country, they'll continue to adhere. They'll understand that COVID-19 is real. COVID-19 don't kill 73 people in Sierra Leone and million all soul rest in perfect peace. And I want to say thank you to the two previous panelists, Fred and Mr. Usman Toli. And I hope, Usman Toli, you stay safe out there Don't be not try for letting confuse you. COVID-19 is there because please wear your mask and even put a sign around you to say if you're gonna come talk to me, you better have a mask on. Because when we travel during this pandemic in Sierra Leone, then get for me on statement. And I even mentioned to my sister yesterday, and she was just laughing. I think you laugh. I said I'm really serious about this to say, welcome. If you want to talk to me, you have to have a mask on, and you're going to be washing your hands. So it's going to be weird the way I'm going to present myself, this time when I go up, in Sierra Leone. But the truth is, I will enforce that law. Anybody that's going to be around me have to understand that I will enforce it. If you don't, then too bad. You and I should kake another for see. Now that's normal. I want for we come to COVID-19 because I believe in science. I believe in the fact that COVID-19 is real. I don't see patients that we don't, go through COVID-19. We end up with, a tracheostomy where you say they put a hole in the neck because the ventilator, it can only be on a mechanical ventilator for 14 to 21 days, right? Because you don't want for, cause further damage to the vocal cord. So I don't get patients where you get COVID-19 for 76 days. It got so many complications out of COVID-19. Blood clots, you name it. You already get diabetes. We're bringing risk so high. It's just like a luck, pure luck that man they, survive COVID-19. Think about it. When you get COVID-19, where you get a complication with a pneumonia, that leads to a blood clot because the coagulation, meaning the thickness of the blood, putting you at risk for, blood clot, giving you pulmonary embolism when a clot like your lung, right? So the risk is just too high for take. Yes, it is true. It's by luck, I would say, that Sierra Leone, because we don't get the necessary facilities or the resources to fight COVID-19 in Sierra Leone. God is watching over us. That is true. I want to agree to that. But you know what? People have to really adhere. And to continue to adhere to allow people this case, then we said, and then 73 people that will die. Then, they're not deserved to die. If we really been adhere, we've been do things how we supposed to do. But you know what? We all get with time, all the time. Now, we'll go to pass away. But I will continue for say hand washing, social, distancing, 6 feet apart, mask wearing, disinfecting areas where you always touch your devices not forget, and let people understand that. If they're not comfortable with that, then you know what? This is your own perspective. That's your own way of doing things. So definitely COVID-19 is real. We don't want to be like the people that think in America that because they have everything and COVID-19 is not real, it's a hoax. No, it's not a hoax. It is a disease. It's a virus that is really causing, lung damage, and that could affect so many other different things. So health sector, while now that I guess for say, and we want to tell the healthcare workers thank you. We want to let them continue for they serve, the people that are the country with dignity, compassion and respect when it comes to healthcare services. And then, I want to say thank you to all the donors we come with donations to the country, through the First Lady in office. We just hope and pray, say, the donations, then we'll use them effectively. And at the same time, too, I think why make some donations that can go through the First Lady for meal things, thinking, sometimes you have to go through somebody to really put up and take the donation seriously. Why they say this? We are Sierra Network Charity Foundation. We don't make a donation in Sierra Leone. We will give meal tanks across, different areas than a Freetown, and if we recall, we do an APC, Eastern Police Ferry Junction, both for the one at Kisi and the one across. And then we give our Talo. So why did I bring this up today? Some of the areas we don't find out today, they don't even use the Miller time as we've been planning for that and use them for that we get, adhere to the COVID-19 measures. Because that have been some of the things and where we don't support the government in the fight against COVID-19. Yet, the one that PZ, I will clearly testify, you can tell anybody the tank not it's either, in a door closed as if not there it belongs. So that's a disappointing factor right now. So we didn't even try to see how we'll find a way for contact the chairperson for how we'll relocate the tank, let it get some side where people can go utilize them. So these now some of the things that we can make people then wonder whether you want to donate directly to the local area them where you feel say they need them, or you want to go through the Freetown City Council, or the mayor of Sierra Leone, and which at one point, which I discussed with AAA, I've been still saying, maybe not that's what we don't go do. Maybe they will take us seriously. When we give, then forget saying that people then try to do that, but Lord, we really try to combat COVID-19 at Sierra Leone. But they didn't do that. To find out that some of those Miller tanks are not being utilized as we've been hopeful for let them do to fight COVID-19, for me, not a disappointment. That's not the encouraged person, but let you do something like in a community level, right? So maybe people they go through the first lady in office for make their donations them, and then they go and present her, then we take her serious. Then they forget saying, no matter how you get a donation, the fact that somebody gives a big deal, and if you take very good care of that property there, all you need for to put water there. Buy soap. Now when you're around the place, buy tissue. Now use that. Because now for that, it save you and save the community and save the country. But that not happen. So for me, I think either way, whether the donation go through local ways or through the first lady, I think as long as people can utilize them well, now that doesn't matter. And we want to tell the first lady, thank you for the fact that it championed the gender-based violence in the country. As we know, a young lady or a young girl actually lost her life along with many others, because of, sexual, violence, where if they say they lost them, even though things are in place, but they were not enforced. So what now with the new court, where they don't put out, and also where I've been watched, I think I watched half of the program which they present to the president as to what things they don't put in place. We come to the stakeholders, the physicians, all the different, like the police officers, and then when the first lady they give report to in husband, that shows me, like, it doesn't matter because you are my husband, so I could do whatever. You have to give report. You have to be accountable for what you do. So I was impressed with that. And I hope all the measures that they don't put in place, they will really use them, to the point that anybody will commit such, doings in the country, we come to, child abuse, sexual, penetration against girls, or women, or domestic violence that will require justice. I hope so they put them where they belong, right? And I think I see an article where they sentence some people to death. Yes, I think they deserve it. Because you know what? We shouldn't be treating one another in that way. It doesn't matter what the gender is or not. Even if they've been done to a man or a young boy, and they give them that kind of sentence, the woman that sentence, I will go along with that verdict, right? So I really feel that, whatever they are doing right now, and we know say now for the country, then they won't to just like now something where to say just something where Fatima Bio they do by himself, but not for the government they fund them. We hope say it will really turn out good. And we also see talk to the camera. Go away, talk to youth and child advocacy network, where could have been covered, and we see within some of the concerns them, where people can get at the street, when it comes to gender-based violence. And with that, the person in charge, we don't work with this program, raising your concern, as to, yes, then they will do the arrest and everything, but the point is making sure justice is served. That is the problem there. But we hope with this new thing where they don't put in place, things then will begin to transform to what we really want to see when it comes to, gender-based violence in the country. We really want for that and be the problem for we now country Sierra Leone. For the focus on how we will strengthen and how we will improve certain sectors in the country, not to way it comes to very, inhumane way of acting, where sometimes if you even think about it, it disgusts you. With some do, either because they have some kind of psychological problem, because I don't understand. Anybody that is under the age of 18, you shouldn't even be talking to them. So they combat them where they feel safe. Then for the let them begin anyhow, and not forget communication with them, picking them about how then they were in school, because that video back will also surface. We talk to the camera. For girls begin in mama, looking at the relationship like. So communication is very important. You want to have that in communication with the girls begin right before it begins turn out to go on the street. So no, continue the education now with communities them. No, continue for the talk to people in the community in how we will improve them things there so. Yes, it will take time to bring these change on board, but I think we can do better, if we continue for the educate and advocate more. That way, we go end, anything we just will be, with gender-based violence, domestic violence that the country will not even get the resources them. For that, you even really take somebody when you go through domestic violence, we'll say, you get a shelter. As to we say it will feel safe. That safe haven, everybody will look forward to that. So we really hope for things like this will let them turn around and help the country go forward. And then that brings me to the MCC, the CEO for the MCC, Sean Concross from the United States, will then try for give the country some support when it comes to electricity and water. Will lack. And the report, if you don't need it for 2 days, did you go around the country just to see who say what time and who say what time not day? You don't need for them at the State House. Go to that side and they will talk about. We'll talk about, other areas, see if there's water in that country. No, there is none. So that release or that statement what they put up, it's inaccurate because I read them. I went on the website, I read them 2 days ago, once when I saw that. I said, really? So don't say something, make people look like Sierra Leone have it, like they have everything under control. No, we don't. We don't have water. If you are listening, Mr. Cancross, we don't. The country doesn't have electricity 24 hours. So that money, if it was meant for those two things, we really did ask, now I investigate a little bit more and see how they've used it since 2018. So why we don't have water that is essential in everything that we do in life, So Namion has, statement that or recommendation that for the CEO, really for MCC, so that it will really dig in deeper and really understand if we really get water or we get light. Because you know what? I think I just deal with, water issue right now. I'm in property, right? So I have to call somebody to bring water and just to ensure that, water is running. You pay for that, and it shouldn't be like that. And then, I just want to highlight now, which Triple A don't mention, about the current fundraising event we'll get where they go on, now Sierra Leone. But before I come to that, I think we've been talking about, the moving of Pademba Road to another location. I think that would definitely be a good idea. Whether they don't discuss them from Tijankaba in time to now, we just feel saying at the right time them to work on that and get that prison out of the capital city, within, like in a midtown, or like, even That's how you're going to see. And that's really not where we want Pademba Road. Already we know it's overcrowded. Already we know what thing happened. Now, in April, when some people died, instead of being given the presidential pardon, some people lost their life. So we really don't want that kind of thing, and they let them repeat themselves, because Sierra Leone don't need another war. So those that are clinging or even thinking of war in Sierra Leone, please don't think about it. Don't. We need to move forward. We don't want to go backward. You know, really, I really hope people that will take this, you know, say that a positive move, but let them really, you know, implement that, move on, move away. And I mentioned, I think, the article that says Songo. So we really do hope for that, or somewhere more, you know, we say appropriate for the not to, not inside the town, because now the only city that we get, now the only capital city that we get right now. And that's what we try to make, we let people understand, we need to do better. We come to certain things in Sierra Leone. And we want to put systems and structures in place. You know, we'll talk about, you know, how to fight corruption, how to end corruption at Sierra Leone, you know, which we totally agree with Tony, we've been giving submission, you know, and, you know, along with many other callers, you know, getting systems in place, trying to strengthen the laws in Sierra Leone. They will set corruption, and Sierra Leoneans are willing to fight corruption, not feel say because, oh, this person, they give me a little bit of change. So that means, you know what, if you try to make life be corrupt, so I will become corrupt. No, if you're becoming corrupt, seriously, what's happening? You're really hurting people. You're hurting innocent people that need to survive when it comes to light, water, healthcare. So please, Sierra Leoneans, we should say no to corruption. That's what we feel say we come to corruption. Corruption don't really kill me. We right now, we're at the stage 3 cancer of corruption. If we hit stage 4, there's no cure for stage 4. You only get a palliative care, which means not just to try to control the symptoms, you know. So a curative intent is only when you have stage 0 to stage 3 of cancer. So please, we don't want to get to stage 4. We want to end corruption in Sierra Leone so that we can see things go forward, not backward, right? That said, a young girl, baby May, when Abo Ide currently we don't share a video now of he get a spinal cord injury due to a fall, and right now just they go through some, you know, first aid treatment, you know, because the recommendation is to allow them fly them out to either Ghana or India for treatment, which the fundraising event that they do in Sierra Leone on the 23rd. You know, the location they yanda for anybody we get people in Asalo, we will be interested for really go there and support. And we don't begin the fundraising now, so and people then don't donate, and we hope say, you know, in partnership with Girls Empowerment Network, Sierra Leone, and then they showcase this launching. You know, and we, in partnership with them, we will do something along with many other organizations that we look forward to in how we will raise funds for how we take care of this girl in medical problem where they go on. A spinal cord injury, as we don't talk about here, you know, your CNS, you know, where comprises of your brain and your spinal cord. They really deal with a lot of functions. This young girl, they go through a lot of pain right now. They're in so many distress. And, you know, the only way we could get them out of this distress now for raise funds, because we don't get a healthcare facility in the country. We will perform this surgery for you know, this surgery should have been done immediately, meaning that was June of this year. So it's been 6 months. She's still going through this. Why? We don't have the facility. Why? We don't have the money. And the only way we can have that money is to be, you know, philanthropists, in the nation, hoping that everybody can just chip in, no matter how small it is, it could make a difference. But if you say sometimes, I don't want to donate because I donate in order to it don't matter. Even if not $10, donate. The time I go around at the hospital where people then donate, buy stuff. Some people gave $5. I took it. I wrote their name down because they did something. That $5 is 50,000 leones in Sierra Leone. Can make something happen. So please, no matter how small your donation or contribution is, please donate towards this cause. Let's make a difference in her life. Let's see her grow and become something in that nation. Because the only way we go for see what the other generations them go do, when them grow up, and when we try for advocate for them. Now we'll try for give them the upbringing we them deserve. She's only 4 years old, and she's going through a lot right now. I really ask and I beg that you join us, Sarah Network Charity Foundation, along with the Girls Empowerment Network in Sierra Leone. The fundraising event where they go on for we try to save these young girls from the pain where they go through at this moment. As we always say, we get different things and we can always try for champion at Sierra Leone, which we know on Saturdays I can talk about these charities. It's not like this is what we talk about during the week. We talk about regular programs, but on Saturday we still say we want for update people them on things and what they do and things and what they will try for share. Please share this and see who, how many people are going to try to attend at Sierra Leone and give them support. And then, along with what we will raise now. So I think baby May will get in surgery and we'll see him back walking free of pain. That's we all the hope for. And I think I wish her all the best. I really look forward to seeing her go through this surgery successfully and coming back and then become something in society that, we all would sit down and say, we made a difference. And that I still say we should continue what they do. And together, as Sierra Leoneans, we can change how things are in our country. Thank you very much. And I hope everybody stays safe. And please adhere to COVID-19 measures.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Yeah. That time, Dr. Aisatuka K. Jallo. Now waiting in Dongi as in summary for today. And we just want to encourage we all for help save this young girl in life. They go through a lot of pain. And I think it's just right for make we help for cushion that pain day. Unfortunately, we not get hospital where go conduct such surgery. So you have to travel out of Sierra Leone. And they not get the money for pay the hospital bill, for pay the flight, for pay all these things. They don't have it. So they count on me and you effort. How generous we could be for just chipping and make that happen for them. Yes, Tony, you get a platform. What's in your summary, sir, for the week?
Yeah, Abraham, good evening. I'm going to be brief because I know, we don't spend a lot of time and some people they in other areas, then wait, it's midnight, or some people they're ready for go work. And so much have been said, highlighted by other speakers and everything. Mine will be definitely on the entertainment people and way or the artists and way come up, they say, for make the end curfew. And then I will talk about the big sister quarantine way they start, we have we sell or AYV they on the start. And the reason why I will highlight those two things, one, I feel say this has been a trend wherein we don't see why make some of the businesses in Sierra Leone they crumble. In a sense wherein the less patronage or less footstep, na the POS points of sales where people can go able to make sales and able to make revenue way then go able to expand their businesses. I mean, a small country like Sierra Leone, where you compare in terms of population size, which is like 7.8, what would you assume estimated figures, yeah, then we get two shows where they one for one parallel, where basically they both now the same goals and objective. I mean, I've not seen, like, say, it show any sense of unity in our country. If we get two young people in Navo and you get Zainab, they run APC, they should have planned it well and better, wherein after one, they can do another one, or probably they can able combine and squash whatever differences they get. But you see, big sister, they go on right now in a Zainab in your show, Zainab Sheriff in your show, they go on, and then you see Junior Navo in yourself, they start to marry. Small country, Nigeria itself, we big, we get over 175 million population. They do one big border, the whole of Nigeria at a time. You have other shows that you can do. You can do X Factor, you can do The Voice, you can do Sierra Leone and God's Talents. You understand? We can diversify. We not just going to forget one particular shows wherein we not say this now a project of Zainab. You understand? Some of you feel, I mean, this is not the point where we think, but some of you feel grieved and feel say somebody is being mean or selfish here. You understand? This is as somebody in your dream. We have to encourage and patronize we. And I make most times along the beach area, you see, we are Sierra Leonean businesses that they empty. You see foreigners. I'm not being racist here, but that's racism. If we allow us and say we president we're gonna racist or everybody points and fingers, hey, racism at the Western world, we get on our doorstep. We get on before we know. Our own people, our own businesses, people they left for even giving contracts. You see, contracts are being given to foreigners. I don't have an issue giving contracts to foreigners, but let be fair enough. You understand? Let us patronize ourselves. This is how other countries when they build up. I've made mention of this several times. We went to Liberia for a job interview. They gave it to Liberians. Ellen Johnson said we plainly during the UN days that this job is for Liberians. They pay them. They use the money to develop Liberia. It's a war-torn country. That's fair enough. We understand that. You understand? This is our own country. Small country like this. I can't see two program the same going on. I mean, you know, I just know for going to details, waiting one of them, the organizer for the one with the start tomorrow, tell the lady, you understand, eh? I mean, it's high time we get for focus and see how we can be united, how we can be patriotic to ourselves. It's not about lip service every time we talk, say, hey, we say hello, we have to, we get for practicalize some of them things then. And when we see it go wrong, we point fingers at them. Point finger there and then. You understand? And then the other one we want to talk about is this end curfew. You see the entertainers, them, they say they want to make the end curfew. Yes, that's true. Just thanks to Osman Soliwe, our farm to we say COVID day, but I mean, compliance level or the rate at which people being infected and everything is very low at the progression we compare to what happened at the Western world in Sierra Leone. We do understand. We got that. You understand? But we still get for take 10. We still get for make sure, say, a lot of people get for begin travel for go for holiday. This is December. The period where they want for me and lift this curfew. Now the period where some of we then I would forgo, where they come on our countries and we still don't they get spike. We got to forget those things in our mind there, because the bottom line of why people then they say for they leave this coffee because they're hoping that a lot of people will come for can spend vacation. Yes, which is true, but a lot of people back again, you don't know who that they count with them. And the process is just like Usman Soli says, it's really nice. I mean, very good in place. But how can we get for try for work? We get for try for limit the risk factor here. You understand? They can be polite in making their case. Me not see them for going on street. We like copycat business because the thing is happening in Nigeria. We want to replicate the same thing. Say because it happened in Nigeria, we self can do an asylum. It's not the case. You understand? Let them be polite. Let them channel their fight diplomatically. You can make an entourage. Meet the Minister of Social Welfare or meet the IG. Just like how David do. And they talk with one entertainer and Sierra Leone, them the way you say that celebrity at the this evening. Oh, we go on street to that. Say, yes, I mean it's your right. But you see how Davido do. They not just go on the streets, then go straight, then get dialogue. They get a meeting with the IG. Talk to her. This now we stand, and this now what we want, and we suggest. We not they say it has to be a hard and fast rule, but at least let's start somewhere where we can get a conversation where we can make some amends. You understand? They can do that. You understand? Probably government will say, okay, let me see how we can able to increase compliance level on people using masks, on public gathering or public areas. But for say, because we see, oh, like when Nigeria, we serve and we go for government. No, it's not, but Nigeria is different. Their own, what they're fighting for is quite different. We know they get a kind of harassment from the police or whatever, or we know that unit say SARS na Sierra Leone. So it's quite different. So if they want to make the end in the curfew because it's affecting entertainers, especially people who get entertainment centers like the DJs and this and that, people working at the restaurants where they lost job during that period, their business not there for a lot of businesses. Government, people don't understand. But there is a way they can make a case. There is a way they can do them gently. Not like we go on streets for waiting a call. They no say the country go with it. We police are not happy for the escalate situations. Many times they use the wrong approach, especially in them kind of situations there. So that na me own takeaway I get for tonight. You can just no one talk on that voting, diaspora voting side, because probably it's not an interest to the government to be in power before the past, and it's not an interest to because they no say. The greatest criticism or opposition we didn't get people that really condemn the wrongdoings. Now the diaspora they do. And so if me they in governance, I'm not say all the time the people they talk against the government, they're in the diaspora. For us, it's no interest. We not care because we know they get mileage from them. And also the previous regime when we in power, likewise we look at the same thing like say we're not getting any mileage from the diaspora. And all the people that they shout, they probably might not be SLPP or APC. So for them, it's a no-go area. You understand? But people say, oh, no money, no. Do you know how many thousands of dollars or millions of dollars who they every day when they go to salon? Look at the money where they investigate, say, this now money where people them squander. Where people them, where they squander, where now they go to the right funds. And me, no, I know it's come to details now because it's not public media. You understand? We know exactly how the system is being run, how people in the siphon, how people they put to move money into wrong accounts. Some of us have done it. You understand? Where they put and they left and they force. If they forget what's not, you know, it's una sheba. Some of us have done it. You understand? We know exactly how the system is being run. Then we they say for let people, you're right. Government not get money, government not get this. They can mock the whole situation. Make like how they say, first time when they go to school, they say mock exam. You can't sit like I say now selective you can't sit. Or you can't sit like I say mock exam, like say now all level you can't sit. They can mock the process. Mock the process where you do them and see how they go like. Or copy best practices, replicate other countries the way they do. I'm waiting and they do waiting means you copy and you implement, and that's what education is. It's not about saying we gotta do this, oh no, because their interest is not there. That's why they're making it as if it's a huge or rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's just mock the whole process, see how it goes and everything. Most of the time you say, oh, money not there. No, money not there. Look how this then they spring every day when they talk with the about embezzlement, people eating funds, government they bloat the wage bill every day. You see more people being added. Then they tell me say money not there. People are buying luxurious cars. Then government we see now people government they buy Mutskarewe for fight Corona Mutskarewe not relevant. Proud of them, whatever way they do, they say, oh, money not there, but their lifestyle, then they cushion their lifestyle, which waiting they want. So why can't they provide other things than where you want? Then you there, they say, oh no, money not there, but don't say money not there necessarily. This is what they want you to follow. You see the situation like, say money not there. Because we want to be on the receiving side all the time. So that's why you find us, we not even think out of the box how we can sustain the economy. How can we stabilize things away? We can't be in these old things all the time with a straight time like a being gone. All the time we say thank you to this person, thank you to this person, thank you to this person. You think there's no resources in Sierra Leone. Now we have 99 people, 99 Sierra Leoneans that wake up. they go find job other side. If not Nigerians or Ghanaians, we can't understand because of their population size. This is 7-point-something million people. We can have institutions to train those people. We can have institutions, we can open upholstery. But where all the timber, then they take the timber, then they export the timber, then go. Tomorrow for upholstery, boom, na Sierra Leone, people don't have to make furnitures. Look up before, just make one window now. Or what's not the cost for one window? Very expensive because all the timber have been exported. So which are you able for boom? How are you able for build that area where people then they into upholstery? One for make chairs. They make you find out say chair bench not in the schools there. Some of them schools they don't get table and chair because they've been expensive right now because government focus all team export. At the end of the day, they grow and the trees don't know they grow overnight. So let we get timber the next day. When now massive deforestation they happen at the region. They have to look at all those things. And these are all money we know they see. How many they say them the account of them on here? We don't they anybody. This timber export. Go Guinea, I can always benchmark Guinea. Go Guinea and see furnitures in Guinea. Furniture, bed, table, closets, this, that. Anybody where they list or whatever, where they from, then they snap it and show you. If you say now so Guinea they export and timber there, just like that, like how we export, no, it's not happening that way. So we therefore begin how they will build the country. Now some of them things they will build big institution where they build like a national upholstery. People then they go there and learn carpentry, develop their skills. Anybody who want buy from their products when they produce, people then they go there and go buy. They make exhibitions. So then say they get money. But if you take all the timber, you don't sell all the timber. Are you able to train you go able for build the middle level manpower? When the middle level manpower empty, it's a whole vacuum. So people they want to just go do in tempo on. All man want for travel, if you say the best opportunity is when they travel. Even with COVID right now, people are still building houses. People that are waiting at the diaspora will still get a job. People that are waiting on the ground will still get a job. And most of the same contractors, now then they move one place so they disappoint some people because we have few people who are trained. If you train people, you get institution where they train people. People then get jobs. Then get jobs where now self-employed jobs. It's not bike or go waska. You go make waska. People don't know was to carry in term. You understand? You say, how do you want to grow the economy? How do you want to improve on the human capital? It's not about class one picking get free education. It's good giving them free education. But you get for holistic, you get for look at the niche where you find out say now there is strength day. And the strength right now of the country, now the youths. And if the youths not their job, then you don't make you find out say pickpockets in there. They make you find out say people then they do audio now. They pick then we sister then they go into prostitution. Now you listen on WhatsApp, you see woman and they make audio, they say, whether they can go Makeni. So I mean it's not the right place for talk and 2 some then give me 1 million they go, 3 some they do because there is no job. There is that kind of people will not wait for talk address the situation. Wait till they happen on the ground as Sierra Leone. This is happening because people don't have job, they're not trained, they don't have skills. So in prostitution, pickpocketing, thieves, any bad things, then they're on the rampage. These people need for begin focus. It's not wrong. It's not. You just forget that emotional intelligence, initiative. How you just forget think. When you get that emotional intelligence, you talk about empathy. When you lead people, you see they are suffering. You think for them. You will find results. First results, how you can improve on their lives. You don't need for can put money, give them fish every day, but you teach them how to fish so they don't come back and ask for fish. This is what we need to do. It's not like we get a population of 15 million, 20 million. It's a population size of small country. Hospitals need for day, like hospital need for the whole side. Power should not be something we care about. Because you want to talk about oppose, you want to talk about business booming. The least shop say forget lights. Because if that welder want for weld, he need lights. If there is no light, tell me how I go in business. You get for buy diesel, you get generator with the Hamburg, you get for change plug. These are all overheads will affect and lessen in profit margin. So they have to think, they have to look at situation. How do they come a billion economy? We have so many opportunities. You take the sea, for example. We don't talk about diamond. We take the sea. If we manage what we have,
inside the sea and make sure say all them to all and the way they fishing, they benefit not to Sierra Leone. But most of them flagging, they fly Sierra Leone flag. They're not Sierra Leonean businesses. Just Chinese can't take license. Somebody will sit on a marine, whatever, not here because they make envelope Tangian. When we want to talk about fighting corruption, now then side and then you begin look at side and where you know say now big area where now they carry the chunk of we money where they're gonna foreign hands. Now then side and then you defend not to that teacher you go first. Where in audits we call it in materiality, in all material. Now, least significant effects it gets on your business. Take the bigger side then. Side the way you know, say, then side now they the leakage day. Now they we came for curtail. Now they were for capture. Those are the areas where they fight corruptions. But I mean, we just face you got to forget PhD, you got to forget this. Having PhD is good. It's good. When you apply, it's not theoretical, you got to carry them. It's how you apply yourself. You know, that's the real take care, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.